Now when a chicken is first born, it can go 3 days. So we get our chicks in the mail, and they're about 3 days old when we get them, and that's why we have to feed them right away. So a chick can go 3 days without food or water, 72 hours without food or water. It's because a hen, when she lays a clutch of eggs, it can take 3 days to hatch them. And the reason that they're basically designed to go that 3 days is because so that the mother hen doesn't have to leave to lead them to food and leave the eggs while they hatch. The ones that are born first, or the ones that hatch first, can wait a period of time until the rest of them hatch so she can lead them all at the same time to food and water, because chickens don't nurse or anything, so they have to literally start drinking regular water and eating regular food. We get them home, we feed them. After that, 2 weeks to 3 weeks, sometimes 4 weeks, depending on the weather. It's been cold here, so it's going to be closer to 4 weeks. Once they start to feather out, you'll see their feathers start coming in, and they can tolerate cooler temperatures. We're going to put them out on grass. So after 4 weeks, I'm putting them on grass. From the time that they're about a week old, I feed them 12 hours a day. I give them food. I put the food in the brooder at 8 in the morning, and I take it out at 8 at night. The reason I do that is because with Cornish cross, they will literally eat until they have heart attacks and die. That will give them enough time to grow at a normal rate, and then when it comes time to harvest, they're still mobile, healthy birds, and they're not just lethargic and fat and sickly. So that's why we do that. After we'll put them on grass after that 3 to 4 weeks. If it's real warm outside, you could do it after 2 weeks. They can tolerate 50-degree weather at about 2 to 3 weeks. 40-degree weather, you want to provide some supplemental heat for them. So inside of the chicken tractor, I'll put a heat lamp. I have some screening under the roof that I can set the heat lamp right on top of it. And if we have a cold night, I can run an extension cord out there and I can provide that heat to them. 8 weeks, you can harvest at 8 weeks. You can harvest at 6 weeks depending on what size bird you're going for. I'm going for a 7 or 8 pound bird, so I'm going to harvest closer to 8 weeks. At about 8 weeks, they should be the size and ready for harvest.
Are these potatoes?
We got some weeds over there.
Oh.
Look at them go though. Holy cow. Doing a routine garden check. What do we got over here? These are just sprouting right up.
Look at the peas.
The peas are going crazy. There's no question about that.
How are they staying up straight?
Well, we got to put the trellis up, otherwise they're gonna grow up so tall that they start to slope, and we want to have them keep going up like a vine.
All the way over here.
Green beans down here. This is just a little space we did for fun. Not many plants, but we had a little 2x4 box, so why not? This right here, this is rolling. Radishes. All of this heat we've had, the humidity, has been awesome for the vegetables, I think, in combination with the heavy rain. It's beautiful. Right here, everything just sprouted up this week. It's way bigger than it was. The lettuce is filling out. Look at that.
Add a couple.
That's amazing. Whew. Got kale growing in here. Our last video we posted about some yellowing that we were getting. It's still happening. We've done some experimental tests with vinegar on a couple of the plants, and we're yet to really see. We need a little more time to see if that works, but we have some products coming in the mail to provide nitrogen, because we think we've sort of narrowed it down to being the pH of the soil being too high and it being in nitrogen deficiency. So we're gonna kind of try to treat both of those things at once.
The lawn.
It was smoking pretty bad when I started it.
Really?
But then I just kept going.
That's my girl.
Can I try?
No, I'm gonna.
Or does it do weight?
Didn't you say I could have you enough? Maybe I want to mow for a sec.
And then
I have to share all my joy things with you. Sometimes I want to just
let me know
mow.
when.
I'll let you know when I need
I got new bedding, so we're gonna have to.
Redo their bedding.
Right there. Fresh bedding, fresh water, fresh food, fresh meat.
Hey,
All right, let's move them. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. We got to get them out of there.
Wow.
Show them the. Uh-oh. You catch that, Press. Note to self: if you're gonna move the sheep, don't leave their bag of food right in front of the entrance to the pen. Oh, it's a nightmare. All right, let's go. Let's go. Come on, May. Come on, May.
What did they? There you go.
Nice.
That was harder than it was like running.
Oh yeah. The more grass comes out, the more, the harder it gets to entice them with
Should we
rain.
just?
Just as an example of what these guys are capable of, look at the grass right here outside of the fence, and then look at the grass in there. They've just eaten all of it. I've got more electric fence on the way, and it should show up at about the time that I'm planning to put the chickens out on grass. So instead of having the chicken tractor this year, which you can see right here, instead of keeping them inside of this thing the whole time, I adjusted it before it came out to all the way here, and it was like a cage with a roof on top with a lid, so that opened and closed, and they stayed in there, and we would move it every day. So you move them to a different patch of grass every day. Now I'm trying a different method, so I want this thing, which this is made out of old silo, so I didn't have roofing material at the time, but now I've turned this thing into a portable roof that I can move this thing around, and I can surround it in fence. So they'll have not just this teeny little space here to graze on, they'll have this to take shelter under, and then this space all around it to graze. So they're gonna have about 164 feet is the length of fence I ordered. So they're gonna have a pretty big space to free range. And then every couple days I'll move the fence and the chicken tractor, and that way they're basically, they have shelter, they have space, and they can eat whatever they want. Started building this turkey roost this last weekend. Turkeys are still small, but I want to have this ready for when they're big. I still have all this roofing material that I got to put on there, but basically up here we're going to have a roof that slopes down, and here we're going to have pieces that go across these boards every so often here, all the way up, so that the turkeys can sit on there and be under shelter at night and not deal with the elements.
Probably have brat in my teeth.
Nothing wrong with brat in your teeth,
A little coleslaw.
as long as it's fresh.
It's probably just about when you're pretty. Baby pretty.